Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. In the previous episode, we bought the MAN TGX, the MAN TGX from MADster 2.0, this beautiful truck with its beautiful sounds, and thank you for all the comments and suggestions. It seems like in general you like this truck a lot better than the previous one, so we're going to stick with this in the meantime, and if that ever changes, then we'll switch back, right? But yeah, I am pretty happy with this truck. I did enable a mod though. It's called MAN Drivetrain Revisions, I think. It's from Galimim. Galimim added a lot of engines and transmissions to this one, and also some accurate badge engines. Like you can see, it's 520. I think this is part of the mod, because I think from MADster what he had was like a 500 horsepower engine, but with the TGX Euro 6 they said that the engine is not really 500, it's 520. It's like increments of 20 from the Euro 5 versions. So let's have a look. Still with EVR sounds, and I have a strange thing. In all my time playing ETS2, this is the first time I've seen that calculating route thing on the lower right. So it might be that we will not have any GPS in this episode. It might be unwittingly, we might end up with a no GPS challenge this episode. But we will make do. I'm pretty confident that we will manage just fine. Right. Beautiful truck. There were a couple of recommendations to improve it. To be honest, I kind of forgot some of them, but let me see if I can remember just a little. I remember only, I think the horns. The horns are inverted. The longer side should be this one on the outside, and that one, so flipped over. But aside from that, I forgot if there's anything else. So this one, performance line badge. Yes, let's do that. Performance line. And then we have a badge there coming from the engine. So this one is part of Galimim's. You can see drivetrain revision. That one. Yeah. Alright, so let's stick to that one. The drivetrain revision changes. And I'm going to stick with the 520. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. 2,500 Newton meters. And the transmission, our transmission isn't really here. Let me see. Right now we're using this ZF EcoSplit R. If we look at the drives, and we have 2.71 differential. If we look at all these transmissions, ZF12 and ZF16, but there's like overdrive, there's like the ones with the retarder, and varying differentials here. So I want something that's pretty slow, but pretty low number of differential, which means it's a high differential ratio, I believe. Yes, if I got that right, if I learned anything from you guys, I hope. The only thing I'm seeing with 2.71 though is, where is it? Actually, I don't see anything. For sure, I want something with retarder, so it's going to be starting from this point. 2.71, that one. Although that's a ZF12 speed. I would have preferred a 16 speed, but maybe that will be enough. Yeah, maybe that will do. The ZF layout, shifter layout's a bit weird. And I'm not so used to the layout because there are only 3 gears for each range. Well, 6 technically, but yeah, I'll tell you about it later. Let's go with the 2.71. That will be I think a very nice and fuel efficient transmission. Let's go with that. And inside, is there something I missed? Oh yeah, I did install something. Oh, it's not available. I installed something with the lights, but there is no slot here for lights, interior lights, so I don't think we can make that work, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't work here. The GPS facelift, do we want that one or do we want something different? Let me see. Oh, I think I'm good with that. Okay, and I do want something that just hangs out. So we'll find a MAN pennant. There we go. Makes it look clean. Doesn't look too flashy, but gives it a bit more animation as well. Okay, good. Where's my backpack? Did I actually miss putting my backpack in? put that back in then. There you go. Or actually, there might be space here. That kind of blocks the performance line though. Let's not do that. Yeah, backpack is there. Should be fine. I'm happy. If I forgot something, let me know in the comments, alright guys? Bring back the front and the roof auxiliaries. And we are good to go. Not too shabby. Okay, cool. Now in terms of route, I don't think we will be getting anything out of this guy. So let's manually do that. Yes, look at that. Forever calculating. Might be something changed and it forgot to calculate. Alright, we're going to John Deere to pick up this cargo. Pick up some logs. So we'll have to do it manually. We cannot rely on the GPS. Now John Deere is over here. Oh, so all we have to do is exit the repair shop, turn left, and then turn left again at the next intersection. Going to Gulbene. So turn left, turn right. There are no landmarks though, so it might be hard. But we will be going via the P35, then the P46. Left, right, then straight on, and then right to P46. Let's see if that works at all. Let's take it slow. Well, at least we have a minimap. We don't have like a GPS routing, but we have at least a minimap going on for us. So it's not going to be super hard. I hope. We'll see. Oh, and I have the wrong layout. One sec. It should be consistent. Should also be 12 speed. Right now I'm at 16 speeds. There you go. Right. Can I squeeze in? Thank you. So you guys told me that this is actually a... Oh, the routing worked now. Oh, that's a party pooper. Okay, fine. No GPS is cancelled. No GPS challenge is cancelled. Stop here and look left and right. Let's do this properly. Oh, I remember this road because I remember that thing ended right behind the house. Like if there's train was going here, he would end up right through that house. Poor guy. Turn on the lights. What time is it? It's 10 a.m. Okay, let's let this guy pass through. Actually, he's giving me way. Thank you. So you guys told me that the sounds from this truck is coming from EVR, Vasily EVR. Very accurate, very realistic sounds. My only gripe is it's a bit too soft. It's a bit too realistic. I would prefer a bit of oomph, a bit of arcade, a bit of... Even though it's not as realistic maybe, to have it louder, I would prefer it just for the feels of it, you know? You feel like you're really driving with something heavy when it's... and something powerful when you hear it roar and boom. I guess that's why we all love Krishboom's sounds, because his sounds are pretty much like the perfect balance between realism and idealism, so to speak. I think we can speed up here. But yeah, that aside, the volume aside, everything else is spot on. Beautiful sounds. Speaking of Krishboom though, why do I still have that? I enabled the winter sound add-on already, but I still have the birds. Might be missing something. I'll double check it later. But are we coming to a city? Speaking of Krishboom, or Krishboom, I'm not sure how we pronounce his name all this time. I still don't know, and I guess most of you don't either because no one has corrected me. So it remains a mystery. How ironic is that? The sound guru's name is unpronounceable. Yeah? So we don't own the sound of how you pronounce the name of the sound guru. Think about that for a second. The irony of that one. Okay, oh, look at that guy. Clumsy driving. Takes well from my habits, I guess. Now, so speaking of Grishbom, Rohan told me recently that Grishbom actually released a new version of the DAF XF105 open pipe sounds. It's compatible with SES DAF, with who had a DAF? Was it Oaha or Shumi? I can't remember. And also, I think he called him Vadek. His name is VAD, the ampersand, like the and sign, and K. But I think it's either Vadek or Vadik, based on the other files that he has. So it's I tried it out yesterday, and it was so good. The sounds, like the sounds were awesome. The truck was awesome. So I think that is going to be our next truck. I'm not sure when, because we just got this one. There's so many new trucks and new customization options coming out. ETS2 world is alive and kicking. But you guys let me know when you want to change, alright? But I'm just saying, the DAF XF by Vadek or Vadik is all lined up and ready to go when you guys are ready as well. Woo! Arcadish. Right, there we go. Entering the city of Berzkalane or something. Maybe I shouldn't try to pronounce these strings anymore. I'm just embarrassing myself. But yeah, this truck is elegant. It's beautiful. It's state-of-the-art, refined stuff. The one by Vadik is very raw, and it's especially fitting with the open pipe sounds of Grishbom. It's just 100% fitting. It's awesome. And the customization options in that truck is magnificent as well. You can change the interior, the colors of each part of the interior, like the air conditioning part, the steering wheel, this part with the tan. It's super customizable. I love it. Right, freight market. The logs going to from Latvia to Lithuania, from Balvi to Tauragė, I guess. That's the direction, and then we'll be going to Poland. Now, Southern region was also released for 1.30 unofficially, and I'm not sure if I told you about it, but I'll let you know and I'll tell you a story if you're not familiar with it. Southern region is over here. We've checked it out before, but I'm pretty happy to go back if you guys are okay with it. So maybe we can go to Lithuania, explore Poland rebuilding, and then go to Romania, take the ferry to Southern region. We can do that. Or we can also go west. Maybe going to the UK and going back to Iceland. So let me know in the comments which you prefer. I'm okay to go either way. For similar logging trailer. I haven't tried that before, I think. Let's go with that. Good. Where is it? Anyone see it? The minimap has a bit of a delay when it comes to showing where the trailer is. Oh, I think you have to move for it to adjust. Oh, I'm still shifting wrong sometimes. Okay, so how do I describe how this ZF 12-speed shifter layout looks like? So, in an 8 shifter, there are 6 positions, right? Where's the front? Well, the front is in here. Okay, good. Because if it's in the other side, it would be impossible to attach to. So, the 8 shifter, the normal 8 shifter has 6 positions, right? 6 available positions. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to call them the first gear, second gear, third, fourth, fifth gear, and then the reverse position. That's the standard one I know. I'm gonna hit this crate. Too close to this crate. Okay. Is that close enough? Yes, it is. Good. Let's go out. Beautiful logs. Beautiful trailer. Lift the legs off that trailer. And do some quick checks. Brake lights. Hazards. You guys have been telling me how to do the checks in real life, but I always forget. But yeah, and you guys told me you can't actually check the reverse, because if you hit the reverse like this and then you go out of your truck, then you let go of the clutch and the engine dies when you go out, something like that. But yeah, realistically it's maybe not feasible, but in the game it's easy enough to check. Let's get going. Someone didn't clean up. Right, let's go. Oh, by the way, let's double check the route. Okay, we'll be passing through the E262. That's, I guess, a large highway. It looks like it. It's even connecting to Russia. We'll be passing by Yekabils. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Passing through P75, crossing over to Lithuania, and discovering Panevezis, Kaunas, and then Tauragė. Why don't we just go through here? Isn't that shorter? Yeah, that's shorter. Bro, come on. Yeah, that's quicker, because this one, you actually pass through Russia. Yeah, this part of Russia. And the simple colored maps is helping a lot, saying which part is Russia. Is it the same red? I think this is Russia. Yeah, you see some Russian characters there. Good. So let's get going. So yeah, how the shifter layout looks like. So the first gear in the ZF layout is actually in the third gear position. If you can imagine, that's the middle one. The second gear is in the fifth gear position, so the upper rightmost. This guy's going to stop, I can feel it. Yes, this lady rather. So from third gear, from third position, like the middle top, you go to the upper right to move on to the next gear, which is super counterintuitive for me. Like, I'm used to do, if I'm in the middle top, I prefer to go to middle bottom for the next gear, right? And if you do that here, if you go to the middle bottom, you'll get nowhere. You'll just stay neutral because there's no gear in the ZF layout for the middle bottom part. And so oftentimes you would probably still catch me with that I would be trucking in neutral for a bit before I realize that something is wrong. Like for example here, 4L going to 5L, I go to the middle bottom, nothing. Stay neutral, and I just slow down. And I'd have to go back to 4L because I slowed down already. From 4L to 5L, go to the upper right position. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I'll get used to it. It's not a big deal. And you have the low range, the high range, and the low and high splits. But that one is, I'm getting pretty much used to. And I'm trying to practice working with ZF and Eaton Fuller transmissions already, so my mind can get ready for when I get the shifter. I'm planning to get the Almar SKRS shifter, the MAN one, with the clutch button, and I'll be using that clutch as an engine brake button. I'm super excited, but I'll order it when I get back from vacation. So actually, what speed limit is it here? 50. Okay, let's slow down a little. Beautiful sounds. You can appreciate the subtleness of it. You can hear all those subtle sounds happening. Although you'll probably have to wear your headphones, otherwise you probably won't hear a thing. That's a bad thing about it. It's a bit too realistic. So what's I saying? I'll be on vacation the week of February 12. So from Feb 11 to 16 I'll be out. No streams during that time, unfortunately, but I'll do my best to pre-record some videos so you guys can watch something. Yes. And after I'm back, then I'll order the SKRS shifter. Super excited. We'll see how it goes. Alright. Good. Let's keep going. I love this scenery. Like country roads. We haven't gone to a huge highway in a bit, huh? I guess this MAN should perform pretty well there. And this trailer is actually so light. I guess it's because the truck is powerful. Don't really feel the heaviness of it. Doesn't actually feel like I'm hauling anything at all with how light it's feeling. Good. Alright. And the quest for being the most eco-friendly driver, by the way, I think the award goes to Alex. If you guys are in the Discord server and joining the VTC, we all see all our deliveries there, and at the end of each of our deliveries we see the mileage, how far we went, what was the fuel consumed, and what that equates to in terms of fuel efficiency. Now the winner is Alex so far, with the runner-up being Rob. Alex was able to reach like 15 liters per 100 kms. That's just insane. Don't even know how to achieve anything close to that. I think the closest I got was 20 plus, and that was just a fluke, not repeatable in any sense. Okay, good. It's a bit too low here. But yeah, it's a pretty nice way. I really hope that SCS implements that in the ending screen. You know, when you finish a job, when you see your stats, it would be pretty easy to measure how much fuel was used and what is your overall fuel efficiency. Because fuel efficiency is a very big thing in truckers, right? It's one of the things that everyone aspires to have, a very good fuel efficiency. Of course, companies will love it, and I guess the better you are at that, the more your company will like you, and you might get perks, you might get promotion or something. I don't know how it works in the trucking world, but there are probably incentives when you are able to achieve such a very good mileage on your truck. So achieving the best fuel efficiency without sacrificing delivery schedules, or schedules, some of you might say, is I guess the best combination. So that's something that I'm also aspiring for, but I doubt I'll be able to reach anything like 20 liters. But something to the range of 30 plus, 32 is my ideal range, and I'm pretty happy with that. So let's have a look. Maybe we can see it from here. Now the thing is, the longer your trip, usually, the better your mileage, because you'll probably be going through some highways and you'll be going through high speeds, and you can just cruise along at a very low rev. Like this one, we're only consuming 14.4 liters per 100 kms. So imagine if the whole strip of your journey was like this, then you would really have a very nice score. But if you were like always stopping and going across cities, stopping through each stoplight, and starting from first gear from 0, then it would be very, very hard indeed. Yeah, let me see if there is something better in terms of fuel efficiency in the display. Yeah, this one. So you can see right now we are at 33.3. Let's see how that goes. I'm not sure if you can reset that. Do you guys know if you can reset it? It would be nice to see it adjust in real time for each trip that we have. You can check it out. Yeah. So you see it's slowly going down because of the... Look at my revs right now. I'm in the 900 rev range only. Very low, very quiet engine. And I think it's okay. It's not bad. We're not going top speed here or anything, but it's not anything that's going to make us late. We're just not reaching max speed, and that's well enough for me. Do we have lights on? Yes, we do. Yeah. The only disadvantage in trying to be fuel efficient, in trying to achieve this this eco-friendly fuel consumption, is you don't really hear the engine that much, so it's not as exciting sound. You'd be probably always be driving at the minimum revs, so the sound might not be the most impressive you'll hear. That's the only disadvantage. But yeah, if you get a nice score, if you get a nice rating at the end, it's fulfilling, you know. There's a right balance to it. You don't want to go too slow, but you don't want to go too fast either. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Oh, come on. Someone was actually waiting for me to make a mistake. You know, I think that's what's missing here in these places. The speed limits are just too abrupt. They change too fast. Like from 80, suddenly it's 60. And if you miss it, if you like go beyond 60 for like a meter, someone will be bound to catch you already. It's a bit too too much like a trap, you know. What I really like, and I'm not sure if that's really how it is in Europe, or if there should be more signs. This is what I don't know in reality. If there are signs that alarm you or let you know that a speed change is coming up. But this is something I particularly like in the US. In that Vander's re-signing project, you guys probably know that I'm super happy with that mod. That's one of my most favorite mods right now. Good. Okay, we fit there. Because it adds a lot of signs in the ATS map. And it adds so many realistic signs that it's a pleasure to drive. It's such a pleasure to drive, you don't even need the GPS anymore because of all the signs you have. And I was wondering if currently here in ETS2 with ProMods, with everything we have, are the signs realistic enough or are there still a lot missing? Because for me personally, I feel like there should be those like more warnings of the speed changes. Or maybe they shouldn't be that strict in implementing it in terms of saying, okay, once the sign for the speed change passes, you should be at that speed already. Like there's no leeway, there's no buffer, there's no grace period or something. Let's take a photo here. This bridge looks nice. Yeah, so you guys let me know in the comments. Is it really like this in Europe, or should you have like what is the warning? What serves as the warning that the speed change is coming? So I guess that would be very helpful for everybody. Or is it just expected that you drive very slowly, so you see the signs are changing from a mile away? Because usually when you're driving at like 80, you would see the sign that's 70. Like okay, you're here. You would see the sign that you would be able to read the 70 sign or 60 sign over here. And there would be like no time to slow down anymore from that distance. You'd have to really step on the brakes, which will not be good for your fuel economy, for your load, and for the cars behind you, I would say. That is pretty cool. Some people on the side. Yeah, it's actually pretty scenic. I like that. Let me reduce it a bit and maybe take it from a different angle, like so. Good. Yeah, that's something I'm really complaining about. Maybe when you get to know the road in the country, it will be easier to understand and predict, like anticipate the speed changes. But I mean, if you're new, you really have to slow down, and you can't just read the signs on the go. You have to really slow down and hope that the speed change isn't so dramatic. But yeah, that's why I'm such a huge signage fan. Signs make or break the map, in my opinion. No matter how beautiful it is, if the signs aren't realistic, aren't full, if the signs aren't, how do you say? Okay, he's letting me go. That is the strangest thing. Well, not for the AI, I guess, but in reality. So for me, map signages make or break the game. Regardless if you have the most beautiful scenery or the most beautiful roads and highways, if you don't have a realistic signage, if your drivers will not understand what they are supposed to do in a certain piece of road, if they should slow down, if they should yield, what speed should they be at, where should they be going, then it doesn't make sense at all, and it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. So for me, really, signs are essential to any beautiful map mod. And this is why I so enjoy Nat Vander's project. This is why I enjoy really driving back in the ATS world. Even if the map is small compared to what we have in ETS2 right now with all the mods, even without Coast to Coast, without Viva Mexico, without Kinda Dream, I'm pretty happy with the default maps. So California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. I'm pretty happy because of that. The good thing is, I've been reading the forums, and it seems like, okay, that guy's turning right, and this one as well. I've been reading the forums, and it seems like people are, the map modders, the map makers. If you notice there, I shifted wrongly again. I ended up in neutral. The map modders in ATS seem to be very inclined with working with each other. Like it was, I think P16 who's working with, I forgot his name, sorry, but there is a new mod in ATS. It's not Project West, it's something West. And it's a relatively new mod, and it's, oh wow, this road is really bumpy. Woohoo! Wow. That's a bit scary actually for our logs. How the heck can we speed up here? Okay, let's slow down then. Stick with this gear. Wow, some cars are actually braving this road, trying to overtake with all these bumps on the road. Good luck with that. Good luck with your suspension. Okay, there we go. It's done. Much better now. My bad. What was I talking about? I forgot with all those bumps. It jogged my brain so much I forgot the topic. Anyway, it'll come back later, hopefully. Yeah, let's keep at it. Oh, the ATS world, yeah. The map making. Yeah, so P16, who is the creator of what is it? CA, the 50 and 99 roads. I forgot which they are. And the Open City, I forget the names. You guys probably know it more than I do. But yeah, it seems like they are very open to working with each other, like combining the map mods, so people won't have to choose which one they enable. They can choose to enable all of them. So that's a very promising thought. I hope the cooperativeness pushes through, because it's going to be awesome for everybody if that happens. And I hope they get Nat Vander in as well. Wow. Dirt road, that's pretty quiet. Okay, there are like grainy sounds, I think. Good. Alright. Okay, we are crossing to Lithuania, I think. Yes, wow. Okay. Alright. User charge on roads. I think there's a toll in the highways in this country. There are tolls. Alright. That was a very bumpy border. It seems like they didn't want people crossing over. But this place looks magnificent, doesn't it? Looks pretty countryside-ish. Looks so chill. Doesn't seem like people are rushing all about like in cities here. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to what happens in the ATS world. So do expect a lot more episodes in ATS. I'm very happy with the current updates, with how it's getting alive again. And yes, Oregon is the next DLC, as you guys might have seen. And it looks promising. It's a very different scenery, thankfully. No more deserts, a lot more forests and mountains. And maybe it will be something similar to Vive la France, where we see a lot of lush trees and forestry. It sounds very promising, it looks very promising, and I hope it delivers. We have no clue when it will be, though. We have no clue when it will be released, so I'm not really sure. It might be a few months from now, most probably, somewhere in 2 to 5 months maybe. But it might not be that near yet, because some people told me, oh, there we go, snow. That's a different sound. Wiper sounds. It's actually pretty cool. Like you can hear the snow getting scooped up, or in this case, is that water getting scooped up? Not sure. Okay, lights are necessary now. Wow, the snow is pretty bad. I'm glad we took a picture already. Scooping up all the water. I'm not sure if that sound of scooping up the water / snow is from Vasily's sounds as part of the truck, or if it's part of Drive Safely's winter sound add-on. If it's part of the sound, the snow sound. Oh crap! Okay, almost hit that bus. Well, the bus almost hit me, but we were safe. But yes, if you're familiar with this sound, let me know, guys. Right? It's pretty nice. I like it. The wiper sounds and the scooping up sounds. Fuel is good. Yes, one of these is the fuel, one of these is the AdBlue. Can't remember which one it is. If I compare it here, it looks like the left. I'm looking at the lower right dials, the two small dials on the lower right. The left, I think, is the fuel. The one on the right, I think, is the AdBlue. Might be. Good. Yeah, you see our fuel economy is going higher again, because we're going through all these twists and turns. We're not going through just a winding and straight highway. See, we're up to 37.4, and yes, it's still going up because we're constantly slowing down, coming to a crawl, and that's much more the consumption is much higher for fuel with that kind of scenario. Skapiskis. I wonder what that is. Probably a city or a town. This one we're passing through. Right. But yeah, for sure, if we ever go with ETS2 in the next Clumsy trucking this Friday, oh, stop. Okay. We will for sure try out the DAF, and I'll let you guys hear it. And you guys can let me know if you like it or not. And maybe we can go back and we can go and switch to that truck when I get back from vacation. But yeah, we'll try it out during the stream, and you guys let me know if you like it or not. I'm sure you'll like it. The sounds are just eargasm, one of the best I've heard. And the open pipe sounds really fit with the DAF, because it's like a highly customized truck. It's not elegance. Elegance is not the vibe it's trying to be. It's more like homey. That's how I would describe it. Like it's really literally a home for the trucker. It feels like that, with the different accessories, different objects that you can put in, and how colorful or how customized you can make the interior. It feels really like a home, a mobile home, which it really is for truckers, right? In one way or another. Right, good. When you're going this low, the speed limit changes aren't really that big of a deal. But when you're going 80 and then coming through, that's when it gets tricky. Let me see if I can fit. Barely. Can barely fit in this roundabout. Nice. I like how the rays of light you can see seeping through the sun visor there. They're seeping through the Clumsy trucking logo as well. Like they're not seeping through the actual letters, they're seeping through the holes of them. So they're respecting, their sun rays are respecting the letters. I like that. Very cool. I like that the engine, the graphics engine, is able to handle that kind of thing. That opacity and transparency. And I like the snow. Very realistic. Cars. No clue. Oh, let's slow down a bit. 50. And now I think should be able to go. Yes. I'm still really liking that one though. The indicator, the green indicator. The rev range indicator from 10 to 20. With the 13 to 15 range being a bit brighter than the other parts, which leads you to believe that that's the ideal, the best of the best range to shift and maybe even keep your truck at in terms of power, not in terms of fuel economy, but in terms of pulling power, I guess. Very nice. What time is it? It's 5 p.m. Wow. It's getting dark pretty early. Alright, so I guess it's down to 50 or 60 here. 70. Okay. Should be fine. I'm just going at 60. And yeah, this city, this country has all these right angled turns, which is not very good for a fuel efficiency, because you have to almost always do a full stop. Wow, we're going really fast here. Almost didn't make it. Look at that car. I think he just hit me. Oh no, not really. I was able to brake. Right. Just try to turn right on an external camera like this. Not very good at it, but we managed it. It's more cinematic, so I want to learn how to do that as well. It highlights how the truck turns and everything. Good. See how far we are? 183. Okay, we're passing through Panevezis or something. You guys probably know better how to pronounce it. There you go. Very nice, very scenic. It's too bad we'll be arriving at the city probably at night, so we won't be able to appreciate all its beauty. But yeah, we'll make do. Let's go at 5H here. And look at that, another right turn angle. Probably will have to wait for a left turn signal. No, there doesn't even seem to be a protected left turn signal. So we'll have to blend in on green. We'll have to wait for an opportunity where the oncoming traffic is not blocking us. Cozy. I wonder how cold it is. This is not accurate though. It's 19 degrees in a snowy weather like this. Probably not going to happen in real life. Green, right? Yes, good. Man, I'm excited to get my shifter. It would be so much more immersive shifting through the ZF or even fuller transmissions like this. And I would know exactly which range and gear I'm at. It's just going to be very useful, because right now I have to remember it, because I only have buttons to switch between ranges and splits, so low or high, and I have to look at the dashboard to know. But if I have a shifter, I can feel which range I'm in, because those are toggles, so I can feel if it's in the up or down position, you know, things like that. Slow down a bit. Yeah, slow down. Bit of engine braking, bit of retarder, and go. Wow, that's perfect timing. That doesn't happen too often. Yeah, this truck is beautiful. It's a bit too quiet though for my taste. I really hope Krishbone creates like a V8 or a... Does this truck have an open pipe sound? Maybe open pipe is not going to fit with the appeal of this truck, because it's more like an elegant style, modern finish. So maybe it fits that it's a bit quieter. But me personally, if I'm driving a truck, I want it to roar, you know? It makes me feel like more like really a truck. Although yeah, I guess in some cases, depending on the mood, elegance would be something really sought after. It would be very nice to drive an elegant truck. Like I remember when the new Scania, the 2016 Scania, got released in ETS2. Everybody was driving it because it was so good. Like the models were so amazing, and everything was just, you know, everything seemed so high tech, and everything seemed to be like so luxurious. I guess it does have its own appeal. Wow, I totally missed that sign if there was anything. That lane merge came too late for me. Good thing there was no one there. Yeah, like you can imagine this one. So we're going through this at 80, right? And then you'd see a 70 or a 60 sign right there where the reflector first comes out, like there. And it would be too late to slow down by then. So I'm not sure how real drivers do it. If there are some signs missing in this map, or if it's just they know it by heart. And I do like how the scenery is looking right now. The sunset feels so nice. Snow and sunset. Look at how quiet the engine is. At the 1000 RPM range. Oh, snow is done. Good. Well, that was quick. Didn't expect that one. I was thinking we'll be sticking with the snow until the end. Man, I love that. So nice sunset there. Okay, what is this? 90, okay. Like the only way you can make it in time is if once you see a circle, even if you don't see the number yet, you slow down already. But in that case, for example, if I slow down, then it wouldn't fit, because I'm going at 80 like that one, 70. See, it's a bit too late. So how the heck do you preempt that? How the heck do you make it in time for that speed? I don't see it at all. Might be doing something wrong, or I can maybe blame the map. I think there should be something more obvious than that. Like in the US, where I saw some signs from that vendor, they had like, for example, you're going at 75, you're in the interstate, so 75 in New Mexico. And then there would be a sign which says like, okay, up ahead there will be a speed change to 55. You'll see a sign with that icon, like 55, but there's like an up arrow. So it's not yet 55, but it will be in the next sign after a few miles or half a mile or something. And then it becomes really 55. So before it even changes, you get a heads up. And it's very, very useful. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially when you're going through that high speed. Like, you can't just change it without warning. So I think that kind of setup is ideal, and I'm wondering if there's something similar in Europe, in any part of Europe, because I can imagine each country would have their own set of traffic signs and rules. They're similar, but not exactly the same. So if anyone knows, let me know, okay, in the comments. That would be pretty interesting to know. Like if there's like a speed limit change, speed change warning, maybe something like that. That's how I would phrase it. Okay, at least we're on the highway now. And maybe we can get some mileage back. There should be minimal consumption. Yeah, I can look at the economy there, 39.4, and then this should be slowly going down, especially if you go through a downhill slope. 39.3 and going down. Yes. Thanks. Let's see how the actual job stats would look like once the delivery is finished, but it should be around this range, I guess. Very far away from my target, which is around 32, but yeah, you don't always get it. Depends on what you load, depends on your engine, depends on the roads that you take, and all that stuff. So it can't really be always at that point. Okay, I think we're near. Seeing the marker I put in the GPS. Should be, I guess, less than 100 kilometers away. And now it's really, really dark. Man. Fine. People seem to be slowing down though. Let's give it a bit of engine brake going in here. Okay, maybe can I resume my speed? Let's give a bit of space. Seeing a lot of red lights in there. Alright, that's good enough. Yeah, the thing to note about driving in highways like this is you don't always have to go to the max speed. You don't always have to drive at 80. It's better to look at what's in front of you. And it doesn't matter if you're going below 80. But if someone is in front of you, then you have to stop, right? Makes perfect sense. Slow down here. We are approaching a small roundabout, looks like. Bit of retarder, bit of engine brake. Should get us all set. Ready to go. Wow, this is dark, right? Going through here, seems like. Is it here? Yes. Okay, good. So now we should be entering the city, which I forgot what it is. I think it started with the letter D. That's the most I can remember. I remember there was like an accented vowel there somewhere. Let's have a look. There we go. Taurage. Yeah, with the accent on the E. So I'm not sure how you pronounce that actually. But that city. There you go, that one. Still 80 here. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's let that guy pass. Nice. And yeah, with the Krish Boom sounds, I'm not sure if that's part of Krish Boom sounds or maybe it's part of Vadik's DAF. The shifting, the gear shifting is really, you can really hear it. Like it's, wow, as loud as it can get. And the engine is like roaring all throughout. From first gear especially. I like especially when you go to 12th gear or 6 high. And you hear that really bassy like hum of the engine, like that. Maybe not like that, but you might get the picture. Let your imagination run wild there. But yeah, it's so good. If you're playing ETS2 with yourself, I highly recommend you try it out. It's in the mods list already. I have it set as active, so you can check out the link there, or you can just Google it if you're whichever you prefer. But it's the DAF XF Open Pipe Sounds by Krish Boom. I think it's on the bottom It's on the last one in the audio section of the mods list. And if anyone is wondering, yes, I have a mods list. It is linked in the video description. Go and have a look and enjoy. I try to keep it as updated as much as I can, although of course that won't be like 100%, but every mod I add, I try my best to update there, so we all have a running list of everything that's enabled and everything that we tried before. It's like both historical and current. Okay, here we are. Let's see what kind of parking we get here. Anyone see the parking? Oh, there it is. Okay, so maybe go around and reverse. Yeah, it's a bit of a tight squeeze though, because there's this middle aisle here, but shouldn't be that impossible, I hope. Let me see. Ooh, clumsy trailer right there. Like that flatbed heavy haul trailer, I think. Is that how you call it? With the steerable axles and everything. That skin, that clumsy trailer skin, is made by Matty. Awesome. Thank you. Ooh, nice moon. That moon is proudly presented by Kirill from Foggy Weather. And did you guys see the super moon? The super blue blood moon a few days ago, or was it a week ago already? Can't remember. Am I gonna hit this one? I hope not. Let's move over more to the right, actually to the left, depending on where you look at it from. There, and maybe don't hit this guy. I think I'm gonna hit it. Man. I think that would incur a bit of damage on the stats. It's 0 in game, at least in the stats in game, but in the virtual truck log, you'll see a minuscule amount of damage in there. I should maybe focus more on parking and less on talking. More concentration. There you go, that looks better. Actually, now I understeered a bit. I think we can make it still. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Shouldn't be too bad. There you go. I'll take that. We're not yet fully straight, but not straight at all, but I'll take it. Now let's have a look at the stats. So the stats page in game is very basic, but with thanks to the Discord, the virtual truck log, we have more stats with us. So I got actually 0% damage. Interesting. We traveled 475 kilometers. Okay, so that's consistent. I consumed 201 liters, which is 42.23. Not too bad considering the roads, I guess. Not the best either, but yeah, we can do much better next time. 200.8. Is it consistent? Wait a minute. 200.8, 201. Okay, so this is just rounded off. So yeah, this is interesting. So we already have a 200.8 here. We already have a driven distance here. So you can just divide that, right? 200.8 over 475 equals x over 100. Yeah, that's ratio and proportion for you. I think that's how you compute it. So basically you multiply 200.8 by 100 and then divide it by 475. Maybe? Ah, man, maths. But yeah, that just takes another row here and they would say fuel efficiency or something, right? Yeah, that would be awesome. Anyway, alright. So let's leave it there for now, guys. I will probably start doing advanced recording afterwards, so you guys can watch something while I'm out next week. But yeah, you do let me know in the comments what you think, and maybe you can still adjust. I'll probably record some other games first, so I can read your comments before I do any recording, advanced recording. Alright, so as soon as you watch this, comment already, so you'll make it in time for my next video. Okay, so you let me know if you want to stick with this truck, if you want to DAF, or want to change, whatever, or if we're good. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, really helps a lot, and comment. Oh, love the moon. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is the Clumsy Geek signing off. Thank you, and have a nice day. Clumsy trucking, as that sign says. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.